4ormulator V1, 4ormulator V2, 4ormulator V3, 4ormulator V4, 4ormulator V5, 4ormulator V6, 4ormulator V7, 4ormulator V8, 4ormulator V9, 4ormulator V10, 4ormulator V11, 4ormulator V12, 4ormulator V13, 4ormulator V14, 4ormulator V15, 4ormulator V16, 4ormulator V17, 4ormulator V18, 4ormulator V19, 4ormulator V20, 4ormulator V21, 4ormulator V22, 4ormulator V23, 4ormulator V24, 4ormulator V25, 4ormulator V26, 4ormulator V27, 4ormulator V28, 4ormulator V29, 4ormulator V30, 4ormulator V31, 4ormulator V32, 4ormulator V33, the real 4ormulator V33.